The world's largest countries and most populated countries provide a beautiful picture of the variety of geography, climate, and wildlife on the planet. Collectively, the world's largest countries by population and area-wise cover rainforest, mountains, valleys, and desert. As this we explore the largest nation, we visit 5 different continents, some of the world's most amazing geography, and every type of climate thinkable. Wonderfully, it's always changing too. History has educated that the geopolitical boundaries shift historically as the centuries pass. In the next years, who's to say which country will become the world's largest and which country is the most populated country in the world? Here in this video, we will show a comparison between most populated countries and world's biggest countries, which will help you to know a little bit more about the world you live in. In the first part of this video, we will tell you about the top 10 most populated countries, and in second part contains the detailed explanation of 10 biggest countries in terms of area. Let's have a look on very first part of this video.
Number 10. Mexico, total population 128 million. The 10th most populated country in the world is Mexico. With a current population of 128 million people, Mexico has left behind Japan and the Philippines to claim its position in the top 10. Mexico covers an area of approximately 1,972,550 square meters and holds roughly 1.63% of the world's population. It has a population density of around 66 per square kilometers. With the majority of the population aged between 25 to 54. Mexico City, Iztapalapa and Ecatepec are the most densely populated cities in the country, holding around 16 million people. Before we move ahead, give me a favor, kindly subscribe my channel and press the bell icon for notifications. Number 9. Russia, total population 146 million. Next up, we have a country with 146 million people and a total land area of 376,870 square kilometers. The population density in Russia roughly equates to 9 people per square kilometer. Russia's population is equivalent to approximately 1.89% of the world's total population, and it has an average median age of 38.8 years. Like many countries, the majority of Russia's population resides in urban areas, such as the capital city, Moscow, which has a population of 12.1 million people. Russia's population isn't expected to increase anytime soon. In fact, it's more likely to drop slowly over the next years, with many experts predicting a total population of 140 million by 2030. However, government inducements have been put in place to offer new mothers financial rewards for having 3 or more children. So, we'll just have to wait and see what happens. Number 8. Bangladesh. Total population 167 million. Bangladesh is the 8th most populated country in the world. It has a total land area of 130,170 square kilometers and roughly 1,250 people per square kilometer. Dhaka is the capital city of Bangladesh, with a population of 14.4 million people. The population of Bangladesh is equivalent to 2.11% of the total world population. The median age in Bangladesh is 26.1 years, and at this current time, the country is growing at approximately 1%. Bangladesh is expected to reach a population of approximately 186 million by 2030. Number 7. Nigeria. Total population 202 million. The current population of Nigeria is approximately 202 million people. Over 50% of people, 51.2% to be exact, live in urban areas. Nigeria has many cities, 5 of which have a population of more than 1 million people. Lagos is Nigeria's capital city and by far the largest city in Nigeria. It has roughly 17.5 million people. The median age of Nigeria is 17.9 years old and there are approximately 221 people per square kilometer. Nigeria has a total land area of 910,770 square kilometers and its population is equivalent to 2.61% of the total world population. It's predicted that Nigeria's population is expected to hit 206 million by 264 million by 2030. If that rate of growth continues, by 2036 Nigeria could cross 300 million population threshold. Number 6. Brazil. Total population to 11 million. Brazil is the sixth most populated country in the world, with a current total population of 211 million. It's the largest country in South America, with a population density of 24.66 people per square kilometer. The largest city is São Paulo, with a total of 11.9 million residents, and the capital, Brasilia, has a population of 2.8 million. Brazil covers a total area of 8,358,140 square kilometers and holds roughly 25 people per square kilometer. It has a median age of 31.8 years and 87.4% of the population is urban. Due to families deciding to wait longer to have children and more Brazilian women entering the workplace, the birth rate in Brazil has fallen significantly since 1970. The average birth rate today is 1.77 births per woman, which has fallen from 4 per woman in the 70s. It is expected that Brazil will continue to grow slowly until 2050. And then the impacts of a decline in birth rate will start to take effect and the population will begin to decrease. Number 5. Pakistan. Total population 216 million. Coming in at number 5 on the list is Pakistan. With a population of just over 216 million, Pakistan's population density is 281 per square kilometers. It has a total land area of 770,880 square kilometers and most of the population can be found in its major cities and urbanized areas. Pakistan has 10 cities with over 1 million people residing in them. The two biggest cities are Karachi and Lahore. Karachi has a population of 14 million and Lahore has 11 million. The current median age in Pakistan is 22.0 years and its population is equivalent to 2.81% of the total world population. Pakistan has a current growth rate of around 2%, however. This is expected to drop to 1% by 2050. It's expected that the population will hit around 245 million by 2030. Number 4. Indonesia. Total population 270 million. Indonesia is the fourth most populated country in the world. It has a current population of 270 million people and a population density of 149 per square kilometers. Indonesia is made up of approximately 17,000 islands and has a total land area covering 1,811,570 square kilometers. About 56.7% of Indonesia's population live in Java, the most populated island. The median age in Indonesia is 28.8 years old and the population equates to 3.51% of the total world population. It has 11 cities with a population of over 1 million and its capital city, Jakarta, has a population of 10.6 million. Indonesia's population has doubled in the last 40 years, from 119 million in 1971 to 240 million in 2010. It is expected that the country's population will continue to grow over the next coming years. Number 3. United States. Total population 329 million. The United States has a population of 329 million people. It is the third most populated country in the world. America is beautiful big in comparison to some other countries on the list. With a total land area of 9,147,420 square kilometers. It has a population density of 36 people per square kilometer and 82.5% of people live in urban areas. Its most populated positions are California and Texas. California has a population of 39.5 million and Texas has a population of 28.7 million. The largest city in the United States is New York City, with a population of approximately 8.4 million. By 2050, the United States is expected to grow to a population of 438 million people. Number 2. India. Total population 1.37 billion. The second most populated country in the world is India. With the total population of 1.37 billion people, the country has pretty much doubled in size in the last 40 years, adding approximately 181.5 million people from 2001 to 2011. Its population is now equivalent to 17.71% of the total world population and has a very high population density of 461 people per square kilometer. As we've seen with most countries on our list, the majority of the population can be found in the major cities and urbanized areas. Roughly 34.5% of India's population is located throughout its major cities like Mumbai, Delhi and Bangalore. Mumbai, India's capital city, has a population of 12.5 million people. The median age in India is 27.1 years. It's expected that as India's population continues to grow, it will beat China by 2024 and become the most populated country in the world. Number 1. China. Total population 1.43 billion. The crown for the most populated country in the world goes to China. It holds almost 20%, 18.59% to be exact, of the world's population within its borders. It has a total land area of 9,388,211 square kilometers and has a population density of 153 per square kilometers. Most of China's population can be found in the big cities like Shanghai and Beijing, and its median age is 37. The capital, Beijing, has approximately 11 million residents, and Shanghai, the biggest city in China, holds around 22 million. Since the implementation of the one-child policy, China's growth rate has slowed down. It's predicted that it will continue to slow down and the population will begin to decrease by 2030 onwards. For now, we will just have to wait and see what happens. India is hot on its end to take the title of the most populated country in the world. Here's a list of the 10 greatest countries in the world by area. Vice number 10. Algeria. Total area equals 2.38 million square kilometers. The Algerian Sahara, the largest area of Saharan desert. Algeria, at 2.38 million square kilometers, is the 10th largest country in the world by area and the only African country in the top 10. Situated in northern Africa, Algeria has a Mediterranean coastline 998 kilometers long. 90% of the country is desert, and much of its desert regions are highly elevated. The Tel Atlas mountain range runs along the country's northern border, while the interior, much of it hundreds of meters above sea level, and covers the Algerian portion of the Sahara Desert. The massive Algerian Sahara extends all the way to the south of the country past its borders with Niger and Mali. Number 9. Kazakhstan. Total area equals 2.72 million square kilometers. Kazakhstan is the world's largest landlocked country. Kazakhstan's 2.72 million square kilometers stretch over vast plains and highlands. A cool and dry, but not quite desert, climate prevails for most of the year. Kazakhstanis experience a great range of temperatures throughout the year, though it doesn't get as cold in Kazakhstan as it does in parts of its northern neighbor, Russia. Formerly part of the USSR, the largest nation in the world for most of the 20th century, Kazakhstan's current main claim to fame is its status as the largest landlocked country in the world, and the only landlocked country in the top 10. Landlocked country that does not have lands connected to world ocean, only surrounded by other countries. Number 8. Argentina. Total area equals 2.72 million square kilometers. Argentina, The world's 32nd most populous country, is the world's 8th largest, and the largest Spanish-speaking nation in the world by area. Its 2.78 million square kilometers include some of the most varied geography and climate in the world. Swampy tropical conditions in the very north give way to freezing glacier regions in the south. Patagonia, one of the most spectacular and dangerous places on the planet, stretches from the southern Andes in the west to the Atlantic Ocean in the east. The southern tip of Argentina, known as Cape Horn, is one of the stormiest locations on the globe. Number 7. India. Total area equals 3.29 million square kilometers. India is the second largest nation in terms of population and seventh largest in terms of area. India's boundaries have changed quite a few times over the past century, and even still, India forcefully occupied the northern region of Kashmir as it stands. Without Kashmir, India's territory stretches for 3.29 million square kilometers. China, Afghanistan, Myanmar, Bhutan, Pakistan, Bangladesh, and Nepal each share a border with India. And its geography ranges from the majestic Himalayan mountains to the hot shows of the southern neck of land. Geological studies show that this whole nation and its close neighbors were at one time separated from Asia by a sea. Number 6. Australia. Total area equals 4.4 million square kilometer. The approximately 4.4 million square kilometer difference between Australia and India represents the second largest size difference between countries ranked consecutively in the top 10. Australia, at around 7.69 million square kilometers, is over twice the size of India. It's the largest country in Oceania by far. Technically it is so large that it doesn't even qualify as an island. It is a continental landmass. The vast majority of its population live in coastal cities like Sydney in the east and Perth in the west, and with good reason. The Australian outback is one of the world's driest and hottest regions. Along with extreme climate and geography, Australia is known for its spectacular, and often deadly, wildlife. Number 5. Brazil. Total area equals 8.51 million square kilometers, the largest country in South America at over 8.51 million square kilometers. Brazil plays home to much of the world's largest rainforest, the Amazon. The Amazon is so dense and vast that explorers and scientists have found human civilizations that had never made contact with the outside world. Brazil also has a lengthy Atlantic coastline on the eastern side, which stretches approximately 8,000 kilometers. Most of its major cities, including Rio de Janeiro and São Paulo, exist near the coastline. Number 4. People's Republic of China. Total area equals 9.6 million square kilometers. The Great Wall of China stretches along a long stretch of the northern border of China. However, that figure is not including disputed lands. In terms of just land area, it is actually the second biggest country in the world if you include water. It shares a border with 14 different countries, including Afghanistan to the west, Russia to the north, and Vietnam to the south. It is the largest country entirely in Asia. Its climate and its people vary dramatically. In the north, temperatures drop to subarctic levels. The center of the nation holds the Gobi, the world's fourth largest desert. And in the south, temperatures reach steamy levels regularly. With over 1.35 billion citizens, China is home to 56 recognized ethnic groups, has the world's 18th largest Muslim population, the 19th largest Christian population, and with 1.9 doctors per 1,000 people, China has more doctors than the entire population of Qatar. Number 3. United States of America. Total area equals 9.83 million square kilometers. Long twisting rivers of North Dakota cut through plains and valleys. The United States, just bigger than China but slightly smaller than Canada, occupies 9.83 million square kilometers. If you factor out its lands, it would be the fourth largest country after China, bordered by Mexico to the south, and Canada to the north. The United States is home to a diverse array of geography and wildlife. To north-south features split the nation into three distinct pieces. West of the Rocky Mountains, the Pacific states are known for year-round temperate weather in long areas of beach along the California coast. Sandwiched between the Rockies and the Mississippi River, the Great Plains stretch from Canada to Mexico, giving the United States one of the world's most fertile growing areas. Lastly, the third of the nation east of the Mississippi is the industrial and economic hub of America, with major cities spread all along the eastern seaboard. Number 2. Canada. Total area equals 9.984 million square kilometers. The vast desert of Canada is popular for outdoor activity. Canada's 9.984 million square kilometers make it the largest country in the Western Hemisphere. And its 202,080 kilometer coastline means that it has a longer water's edge than any other nation. With a population density of 4 people per square kilometer, this means that each of Canada's 35 million people could have 61 acres for themselves. Located between the Arctic and the United States, Canada's massive frozen tundra extends into the Arctic Circle. Split similar to the USA, in the western half of the country, the Rocky Mountains run north to south, and prairies provide huge grain and canola growing areas. Eastern Canada is the traditional heart of the nation, with Toronto, Montreal, and the national capital of Ottawa, all located in the east. Number 1. Russia. Total area equals 17.1 million square kilometers. The landscape of Siberia, Russia. Russia's 17.1 million square kilometers easily make it the world's largest by area. In fact, if Russia were to lop off 7 million square kilometers, it would still be the largest, and the lopped off section would rank 7th overall. It represents equivalent to 11% of the world's landmass. Like China, Russia borders 14 different countries. Unlike China, none of Russia is hot, though humid summers prevail in much of southern Russia. The taiga, the world's largest earthly biome, extends all the way from eastern Canada throughout the vast majority of northern Russia. Massive oil reserves exist under Russia's frozen forests and tundra, however. Due to the expenditure and difficulty of extracting it, much of Russia's oil wealth remains unused.